All right. Good evening, everybody. Um, Hopefully everybody did well for FOMC. We'll just start out going over our ES levels, uh, and then we'll move on. I don't know. I'll probably just go over tickers that people have been asking for, and then we can take requests or whatever. If you have requests, I guess ask away, and if I have time to get to them, I'll get to them. So do the 1 month. Well, actually, we don't need to do the monthly PvP. We already have those levels for November. We'll do 7 day and we'll switch our time frame. Well, actually, before we switch time frames, um, let me turn some of this off. So you can see we're still in this little up channel, uptrend we have going. Hey, what's up, Darluck? Um, and I mean, this was CPI news that broke this downwards trend line, so I'm not stressing it too much. Today we literally tapped it to a T, but yeah, we're still in this, temporary uptrend. I'm kind of bearish. I don't know. We'll see how things look as we, at a glance. Um, I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Like when I looked at the charts, I was feeling bullish, but it was just kind of at a glance. But then when I thought about the, like today's news from FOMC, um, and that whatever it was, I don't remember if it was a quarter of a percent. I think it was 0.5% interest raise. I don't remember right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 0.5%. That's pretty significant. So it's probably safe to be bearish into tomorrow, but we'll look at how the charts look and go from there. I mean, it doesn't really matter what happens. We're gonna play either side, right? So I'm looking at SPY. How funny. Talking about ES. I'm like, how's there a gap in ES? Stupid. Let's zoom out on ES really quick here. A little bit of a different picture here. Let me erase these fibs. There we go. Yeah, I mean, same thing with SPY. We're still in this, upwards channel. But overall, bigger picture, we're in a downtrend. Um, I would like to see this just get tighter and tighter and squeeze and dump. I mean, obviously it could go either direction, but I'm all about the dump right now. I've got a lot of long-term short position that I would like to close. Anyway, um, let's look at our weekly here on the 65-minute. I need to erase some of these drawings I did today. All right, so we've got a big shift here on our weekly. Is this 7 days? No. What is going on? My gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not stupid, I promise. Kind of. All right. So here's our previous week value area low. That's going to be at 39.71.75. Previous week POC. is going to be at 39.92.98. And then our previous week value area high is going to be at 40.63.44. Let me just make sure this is previous week. It's not. My bad. I'm sorry, everybody. Apparently, I need some sleep. All right. It's close to being a full week, and it's not. All right. Our previous week value area high is at 40.47.37 or 40.47.50. If you use the rounded figures on ES. Our previous week POC is going to be at 39.60.11. I'm actually going to make that the same as my November POC. They're close enough for me. Yeah, Rick, today was a little rough. I I did a strangle. Um, Let me see here. And then our previous week value area low is going to be 39.21.85. I mean, I can go back really quick and show you guys um, how to trade. Um, where are we here? Oh, I'm on 65-minute candles. I'm like so confused. Um, so here's today's session. For me, there was never like a great entry. Uh, on our Discord, we went over some trades for futures. But when I'm doing options, like I'm looking for a retest and go long. Um, and coming up to FOMC, I wasn't even trying to trade options. We did scalp some future trades, during the day waiting for FOMC. Um, for me, at 10:30, I believe it was, it might have been closer to 11. Actually, I can tell you the exact time. Let me see. Um, so I'm on West Coast. West Coast time at 9:24. I took a strangle, and I can show you guys. For my own personal reasons, I don't like to share my actual like P&L. I don't mind sharing the percentage, but I don't like sharing like how many contracts I bought. I don't mind sharing how much I made per contract. But so I can show you guys the strangle. I bought it so like I said at 9:30 in the morning or 9:24. Um so that's 12:30 or 12:24 Eastern time. And this is it. This is it. I paid 377 for the call and put side, and then I sold the call side when we had this little upswing here. I closed the call position, um, and then on this side I closed my short position very early. But I was happy with my profits, so I'm all good. I don't like getting too crazy on news days, but I think for FOMC, like um, the easiest thing to do is exactly what I'm explaining. Like right around um, sorry, right around like 1 o'clock Eastern or even noon Eastern. buy a strangle, a call and a put. It works actually even better on SPX. So credit where credit's due. I took a spy strangle, and somebody else in the Discord called out an SPX strangle. And before FOMC even dropped, just on IV alone, they were up like 300 some odd dollars. And that's a very safe way to play. You know, if you can make $300 just on IV and close your position, um, before the news event, you're cooking with gas. And what that particular person likes to do is he'll buy like 10 strangles. And so he'll he'll close 9 of them before the news event. And that way he's locked up his profits and he's got a free runner for calls and a free runner for puts. Um, I'm not sure if he did that today, but that's what he generally likes to do. But anyway, besides a strangle, the best trade I saw today for FOMC is if you draw your fibs um, from our low here to the high. This is our news drop. This is when Powell started speaking. Um, once we So this wasn't as clean as I would like for it to be, but it's clean enough. A lot of times, when you get a big move like this, you'll retrace up to the 50%, and then see more downside. On this particular day, we broke through, and when we broke through this, I was saying taking puts at the 50% fib would be a really good trade. And then I left my desk and I walked away. I don't know if anybody took it, but so then once we came pulled back down, this would be your short entry down. So that's how I would have played today. I only took the strangle and then I only traded futures. I didn't trade anything else. But if you missed like the strangle, then your next best bet is to play that 50% retracement to the downside. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. But I'm just going to keep moving along here, going over our ES charts. So, let's see. And you can see this SR, so support resistance flip, has been a pretty strong level. If you zoom out, it starts here, August 2nd, support, and then we break through it, right? And then I also have an SR flip up here at 41.13, and you can see support, 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 finally break through. When we come back above this level, this becomes support again. Slice through here. So this upper one became resistance. And this SR flip has been resistance, resistance, and resistance here. So we were playing this level the other day. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but yeah. All right, so we've gone over the weekly values. So just to cover it again really quick, previous week value area high, 40, 47, 37. Previous week POC is going to be 39, 59, 16. It is slightly above that, but that's good enough. And then our previous week value area low is at 39, 21, 85. And so now we'll go to the 30-minute and we will look at our session volume profile. And then we'll kind of figure out what we think is going to happen tomorrow. This area is just getting really congested. So here's my previous day VPOC. I almost wonder if it's worth.
Sorry to interrupt, catching rockets. What was that SR flip level you had?
I have two.
The one
Uh,
which you said like was it strong resistance? Oh yeah, dear. It's 4080, right? Okay, perfect.
40, 80,
Thanks.
50, and then I have this one at 4113.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Um, so our previous day VPOC is going to be at 40, 41, 61 or 40, 41, 50. Previous day value area low. Oh, wait, sorry. God, I'm out of it today. This is current right now. Our previous day is here. My apologies. Previous day value area low is at 40, 34, 47. Previous day VPOC is going to be at 40, 77, 18. And then our previous day value area high is here at 40, 86 and 9 cents. All right. So let's just kind of and then this question came up on a Discord, so I'll just cover it really quick. I was being asked what kind of a day this is. I know it can be kind of hard to figure out when you're first starting out. Um, Actually, I think I'm wrong. I said it was a B shape, and I think this is a P shape actually. So, like, if we look at this, when I initially looked at it, I was thinking this, but now in retrospect, I think this is our P, and this is just uh, our next like high volume node on our P shape. Anybody have any input on this? I'm pretty sure this is exactly what it is. If we look at um, our volume, like most of it's up here, and then we have a tiny bit of volume down here at the end of the day. No, this has to be a B shape because on a P shape we want like open here, come up, and then consolidate. I mean, we did come up and consolidate, but then we dropped down. It has to be a B shape. So this is a B-shaped volume profile, which just basically means it's double distribution, um, and it doesn't give us any indication of what's going to happen tomorrow. Um, Good call, Key. So this isn't going to give us any indication on what's going to happen tomorrow. Um, I think these trend lines, SR flips, like this is pretty, pretty good resistance we met here. And between that and the news, I would guess, like we're coming down here somewhere. 4,000, 4,800. I mean, 4,000, or like 39, high 3,900s, if that makes sense. 3980, 3990, somewhere around there would be my guess for tomorrow. Um, I think we're going to have to find stuff to trade through here, which we will. As of right now, like our best trade would be retrace to here and then play it to the downside on this retest here. But let's look back and see if we have anything in this range here that's worth looking at. Actually, I know two levels off my head. We have um what is it? This, yeah. Trying to see what the low of this candle is. Let me turn off our volume profile here. Uh, yeah. Take this. So resistance here, right? And then that became, or I'm sorry, support became resistance, resistance, resistance. Um, we kind of wick through it, but it's still resistance here. Became support again. Um, this is a level we need to break um, to be like
Rocket,
super bear.
was that
What's up?
Rocket? Was that the 4013? Was that one of them?
That's to the upside.
Okay.
This is 39.94.50.
Okay.
I'm trying to find
Okay.
levels that are in the range we're in right now.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So there's that level um, at 3994.50, and then we have another level. I think I don't think this is going to be. Yeah, I'm kind of forcing things here. Actually, yeah, this is good here. Right about there. I know Shorty said like 4013, and I always struggled with finding why he thinks that's a level. Oh, I think
Yeah, I
it's
had that one marked.
what's up?
I had that one marked. That's the one I was asking you about.
I think he's going off this candle here. Uh, yeah, I've never been able to find it. Anyway, I'm not stressing over it too much. This, we have two decent levels here. So 39.94.50, and then 4017. Um, same thing. Resistance, 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 support. Right. So this is going to be a tough level to break as well. And it gives us something to trade. And I just thought of something really cool I want to share with you guys that I read today, because this what I read actually encompasses what really changed trading for me as far as becoming a profitable trader. Um, and it was from Shorty, but I just read it from like a different perspective somewhere else. And so where's this? Yeah, I mean, this 4013 might be a strong level. Sorry, bear with me. I know I was mid-sentence, but yeah. I think I dig Shorty's level better. I don't know. So yeah, I'll share it with you guys in a second, but Shorty shared something with me, and that was pretty pivotal in me becoming like a consistently profitable trader. And I just read it from a different perspective today. And when I read it, I was like, that's put into really good like terminology, really good verbiage, I guess. Bro. Oh, I moved the wrong one. Okay. So this one here. 4097. I mean 30 right there, right? There we go. Yeah, same level. Um, I just think so. Looking at this better, uh, I think this level, and this is what Shorty's looking at too. I'm still struggling to find exactly like 4013, but this here looks good. So uh, we have resistance, right? Turn support, support, resistance, support, 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 and then here support and support again. I mean, this candle the wick came through it a tiny bit, but not as much as if I put it, up here where I had it at 4017 or whatever. So this is looking like a better level. basically 4016, we'll call it. Yeah, so this is good for me here. And then we'll look to trade this two different ways. So, I mean, anybody that's been on the lives recently, obviously not today, but previously, um, we were playing the heck out of these levels. They worked very well. So I think this will be the same scenario. Um, and we'll cover how to trade them right now. Right after I go over what I read today. And what I read today was, sorry, dogs. Yo, stop. Thank you. What I read today was really cool. Shorty told me a while back I was struggling, having trouble. Like, my TA was on point, like everything was good, but I just kept like losing or staying kind of break even. Sorry, Key, I'm getting to it, bro. My mind is all over the place. I don't know why, but I'm getting there. It's been a long week. I mean, for people not in the Discord, you don't know, but like, I haven't stopped basically. Like, I traded all week last week, like Monday through Friday. I've done watch lists like, I don't know, a lot of days. And then I did a watch list on the weekend.
And you don't know how much we appreciate that, bro.
No,
That's
it's all
for
good.
sure.
I'm just saying, like, my mind is kind of frazzled. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. Well, actually, I'll share a couple of things with you guys. I'm looking forward to Shorty coming back. And then on the days where he's doing watch lists, I can just chill and record and listen. And on the days where he doesn't do watch lists, I can do them for you guys. And then on the days where Shorty doesn't, trade live, I can trade live for you guys.
Yes, that would be awesome, bro.
But
Please.
so at least on the days where Shorty is doing it, I can chill. And then on the, alternate days where he's not doing it, I can do it. But at least I'm getting a break in between, if that makes
I
sense. But
feel you, man.
it's been a couple of weeks of no break for me, basically, and my mind is pretty frazzled. So anyway, back to my story. Um, there was a time where, I mean, there was a lot of times where trading was really hard for me, and I struggled a lot. And it got really frustrating because I got to the point, support resistance flip, uh, got to the point where my my technical analysis was on point. I could find levels. You could look at it after, the market's closed, and I'm like, God, my levels hit. How am I messing up the trades? And it was a combination of a few things. The main one, which we've already talked about a lot, is your like your mentality, your psychological perspective, where we get into that fear of losing. Um, and I'm going to talk about it again for just a minute here. Losing is really, really difficult for people. Like it's, and then trading is doubly difficult, and that'll make sense in a second. Like our egos, and everybody, even if people say they're not egotistical, every single one of us has an ego. And when we're wrong to a degree, it's going to get hurt. And it's hard being wrong when you're like getting into a trade or whatever and it goes the wrong way. Or even worse, like you get into the trade, it goes the wrong way, you stop out, and then it rockets in the direction you were expecting it to go. And you're like, why? Like, I was right, but I was wrong. But anyway, um, the what makes it doubly hard with trading is not only is our ego getting crushed, we're also losing money at the same time. And so not only is our ego getting screwed, we're losing money, and so like it's a double negative, but it doesn't make a positive. And like it makes that psychological component really, really difficult to overcome. So that's probably the most difficult part to overcome in trading, is learning to let your winners run and not cut them early, and learning to cut your losers at your stop loss early. And like I've been preaching this whole time Shorty's been gone, always make sure you're using at least two reward for every one risk. So every dollar you're risking, you have to make two. And as long as you do that consistently, yeah, you cannot feed. Somebody just said in the Discord, you can't feed your ego and your family at the same time, and that's very true. Um, but so as long as you're doing, one risk for two reward consistently, like you can't lose. But it's so hard, and I know this. Like I'm speaking, you know, for myself when I say this. I'm not, just making stuff up. Like it's so hard to honor that two reward when you're up, like whatever, when you're up in a trade and you're like, God, I just want to cut it here because I'm so worried it's going to reverse on me and go red. You just got to gut it out. And if you don't, like, you're going to start having, you're just going to blow your account eventually. Um, if you let your losers run and you cut your winners short. So, kind of important. Hang on one second. My chart is doing some funkiness here. I'm a little bit worried because the last time my chart did what it's doing right now, I had to like format my computer. It was the only way I could get it to stop doing the funkiness it's doing.
Rockets, what are you on right now? What time?
On ES, I'm on 30-minute.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to what I read today from a different perspective. So Shorty told me, um, he was saying to me, like, what you need to do moving forward is find trades when the market's closed. He didn't explain to me why. He just said, like, do your charts, find your setups. So meaning like, let's say tomorrow, I'm looking at my chart right now and I'm thinking we're going to break through, retest, and come below, right? So this is my planned trade for tomorrow. Um, stop loss, I mean, my take profits here. Um, Stop loss, like I don't really have a point on the chart yet, but I generally will go like off of wicks of previous candles or whatever. But so this would be my planned trade for tomorrow if we retest here. If we come down, touch, bounce, touch, bounce, then my planned trade long is going to be from here. My stop will be whatever here somewhere, and my take profit is here. Just have to make sure on every single trade I'm at least getting $2 for every dollar I risk. Okay. So that's why you want to draw out your long and short position and make sure that the risk is there. I mean, the reward is there for the amount you're risking. And for example, I know I've probably been hammering this a lot with you guys recently, but it's really important. I can't go long here because to have 2-to-1 risk reward here, my stop loss would have to be so tight. I would have to be like the most insane trading sniper known to man, right? Like if somebody hiccups, I'm going to get stopped out. So you always want to make sure that there's enough room for the trade to move for you to take the trade. Okay. So what Shorty told me is plan out all of your trades. If this happens, I'm going short. If this happens, I'm going long. Or wait, no, sorry. Yeah. Touch, retest, and go long, right? And plan out every single trade. If we gap down, I mean, like, a lot can happen in the overnight session. So you could wake up early in the morning and be like, oh, price is down here. Okay, cool. So with price down here, if we come up and retest this, I'm going short, right? Or if price comes from here to here, bounces, retests, I'm going long. And so you plan out all of these trades while the market's closed. And then when the market's open, you patiently sit there and wait for your setup to come to you. If your setup doesn't come to you, you don't take a trade. If your setup comes to you, you don't question yourself, you take the trade. Sorry, 1 second, guys. This is all yours. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So anyway, if the setup comes to you, take the trade. Don't question yourself. If the setup doesn't come to you, there's always tomorrow. And this might sound lame, it might sound boring, but if you follow this, you're going to be the most disciplined trader in the world. And even better is if you use the one trade a day for 30 days. And once you like grow your account from $1,000 to 5,000, reset it, start over at $1,000 again, and do one trade a day until you're back to 5,000 again. Reset it again back down to 5,000. Do one trade a day again until you're back to 5,000. At that point, you can trade any account size. And that's how you build discipline, and that's how you build patience to trade properly. And the perspective that I read today that was slightly different from what Shorty told me was the trader you are when the market's closed is not the trader you are when the market is open. And that's because our TA, I mean, I don't want to speak for other people, but for me, my TA is badass when the market's closed and the candles aren't moving, and like I can look at the big picture and like I can see everything, like it has words saying like go long here, go short there. Like I can see everything. It's like I'm looking into the matrix. When the candles start moving, it's not quite as clear. I'm still I'm still like good enough of a trader that I can find entries and whatever and find my exits, but it's not as clear as when the market's closed. And so that's why we do these watch lists. That's why I go over entries. But if you literally do that, if tomorrow we come down, we retest this, boom, you're going to go long, right? Um, and these are your trades for tomorrow. If we break below retest, you're going to go short. If we, for some reason, come up here and retest, you're going to go long. If we, see a lot of downside overnight, come down below here, retest, you're going to go short. Plan all of this stuff out the night before, and then only execute those trades during the day. So again, just to clarify exactly what I've been saying, the perspective that I read today that really hit home for me is you're not the trader you are when the market's closed, that you are when the market, or you're not the trader that you are when the market's open, that you are when the market's closed. It's a lot easier to see that bigger picture, the clearer picture when the candles aren't moving. Yeah, and then so somebody in the Discord just said, yeah, knowing when to trade and not trade, even if you miss big moves, is true, like you said, catching rockets. So like you can't go back and look at it and be like, oh crap, like I missed that move, like what a bummer, like oh I could have made so much money, blah 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 blah. The reality is if you're not following your setups, you're probably gonna lose a lot of money rather than make a lot of money. All right. So let's move on. Oh, I have a message. Sorry.
Ruckus, you mind posting your chart afterwards, man? Because I can't really see much the number. I want to match them.
I mean, I called them out. Did you not? Were you?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah,
You missed the beginning?
yeah, man.
Oh, it'll probably be easier for you to rewatch it.
Okay, okay.
I mean, it's up to you. I can post it too. We
And
can.
that's fine. Do you mind if you have time? Can you tell me where do you go? Do you use the first you use the PVP on what on the 30 minutes or 65 minutes? 7 days.
Sorry, 1 second.
Sorry, man. I'm just having problems with that finding levels like that. Because I'm so used to the session and then using the VRVP, not the VRVP, the other one, the hold on, the fixed range volume profiles.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the ones that I use, and then the PVP. And Shorty introduced that one. I'm not too good with that, man. I know it's 65 minutes and I have it at 7 days.
Here, Angel. It's
Yeah.
pretty easy. So you want to start on the 1 day chart.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, this is not for actually here for everybody on the stream. Let's erase or hide everything. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And then what you always want to do is go to a 1 month chart.
Okay.
A lot of times this isn't going to give you a lot of information, but you want to look at the overall big picture.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a downtrend, right? And
Yeah.
right now we're having like a little upswing in that downtrend.
Mm-hmm.
But on these monthly time frames, like you want to look for, this is probably the best example I can give of this. If you look at Amazon here,
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, the areas where it's been consolidating, where it breaks
these are
out.
monthly candles. This is
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Well,
18, 19, 20. 20 months.
before,
I mean,
yeah,
we did wick out of it, but I mean, you
yeah,
could say it's like 17 months or 16 months. We
yeah,
traded in this range. And if you want to be
yeah,
like super generous, you could make it this.
sure,
Um, I'm not too worried about the wicks, but yeah, 16 months. We traded in this range on Amazon.
yeah,
You should be aware of things like that.
okay,
If it's an index that you trade, you should be aware if there's consolidation for, you know, a several month period. So you always want to zoom out, look at the big picture,
okay,
you know, see if there is some, you know, wild consolidation. I'm not going to call like this, like here, maybe 3650. Nah, see, it's just too big of a range. But um, yeah, you want to look, just, you're not going to find it often, but especially on like ES or SPY where we consolidate for months at a time. But
yeah,
on other tickers, you're going to want to recognize, you know, like those consolidation areas. Then from here, I look at the 1 week chart, right?
okay,
Same thing. I'm just looking to see like if I can find a channel to draw. Um, you know, and I'm also going to be drawing like my up channel here. So
okay,
this actually looks pretty clean here for a channel. If I click on this
yeah.
though, um, all of my drawings are going to turn back on. But
Okay.
so
Wow.
you've got an idea like here's our channel, you know. Um,
Yes.
but you might not find it on the weekly. So then you want to go to the day and see if you can find channels here. And if you can't, then I start going to like 3 days. If I need to, I'll go to 2 days, I'll go to 4 days, five, six, whatever, until I find like good channels where I have at least 3 touches on one side and 2 touches on the other side. So
Gotcha.
I want to see candles touching, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom, but I
Yeah.
really, to have a good channel, I want at least 3 touches on one side and at least 2 touches on the other side.
Right. Meaning touches on from the bottom to the top and top to the bottom, or vice versa.
Exactly. So then
Gotcha.
from this point, I go to the daily chart and then I'm going to turn on my PVP and I'm going to switch it to 12 months.
Okay.
And here,
Oh,
since it's the end of 2022, these values are not going to move very often. So you can chart your 2022 value area high, 2022 value area low,
and the
2022
POC. Yeah.
POC, or it's going to be a VPOC.
Okay.
If you want your previous year, you can chart that as well. 2021 high, low, POC.
Wait,
If we
hold on a second.
hmm,
Why did you say it would be a VPOC when it's touched? When
come
it's
on,
touched?
Angel.
Well, usually a virgin POC
Isn't touched until when?
until it comes back and touches it
No, no, no,
again,
no,
right?
no. Like so,
Next year.
if we're drawing a daily, oh, don't give it to him like that. If we're drawing a daily POC or like a daily, so if we go to the 30 minute, right,
Mm-hmm.
and we do our session volume profile,
Yes.
this one here is always going to be a VPOC, right?
Yes.
Until the next day it comes back up and touches it,
Until
right?
it comes back and touches it again. Yes.
Okay, so then if we're on the 1 day and we're looking at the yearly, why is it still a VPOC, Angel?
That you got me. I don't. Please explain it.
Has to be touched in 2023.
Oh, because right, it's gonna take another year to. Gotcha. Okay,
Not
man.
another year, a few days.
Okay. 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 Okay.
right? If it gets touched January 1st, it becomes a POC.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So you can draw your, your current year only because we're so close to the end of the year. The
I got you.
chances, the chances of these moving at this point, it would take like some massive like upswing or downswing to move these
Yeah.
values. You can
Yes.
also, if you want, plot your previous year, which I haven't done. So if we look, I have, oh wait, no, I did chart them.
You did.
I have my 2021 and my 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from this point, that's done on the daily. From this point, we go to the 4 hour. And on the 4 hour, we want to look at.
So you got month, week, day.
Dude, chill. Angel,
Yes.
you want me to teach you? Just listen,
No,
okay?
no. Yeah, I
So,
am. I'm just trying to remember what you've been saying.
well, you can go back and rewatch this video and write it down if you have to, but you're going to
Okay.
start on the 1 day and you're going to look at the
Yeah.
12 month. Then you're
Yeah.
going to switch to the 4 hour and you're going to look at the 1 month.
Okay.
On the 1 month, right now we're not going to chart December because it's not even half of the month yet. We're going to chart our
Right.
previous month, right? So we're going to chart November, high, low, and at this point is a POC, right?
Yes.
It became a POC right here. Got it? Can you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes.
Became a POC here.
Why?
Same thing, Angel. This is November.
Yes.
So it has to be touched in December, which didn't happen
Oh,
until here. Or I'm sorry, happened here.
okay.
All right.
Yes.
So now we have our previous year, we have our previous month. At this point, we go down to the 65-minute and we switch to 7 days.
Yeah.
And then on this one, I always get tripped up on this, but you have to use your date range tool and make sure that you have 10 days here. In this case, we have 6 days. So this is not one full week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be charting this as our previous week here. The high, low, and what is now a POC, right? Because it got tapped here,
Mm-hmm.
right there. Okay.
Yes.
Once we've done that, the next one. What is it, Angel? What do we watch SVP on?
30 minutes.
There you go. And then we're going to do our previous day, right?
Yes.
All right. So daily, we're looking at 12-month. 4 hour, we're looking at 1 month. 65-minute, we're looking at 7 day.
7 days.
And then 30-minute, we're looking at the daily.
Okay.
All right.
Question. When you're doing the previous day, since it's kind of switch after hours, it goes. In other words, if it's Tuesday, it on the same value area, it's Tuesday and Wednesday. What do you chart for previous day? You chart the one that's not developed yet, right? That one right there.
Well, you tell me, Angel, which one am I going to use?
That one right there. No, not the one that's developing, that one.
Okay. So you're answering your own question. I'm not going to use my developing.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure, man, because I really want to get this, I'm
No, I understand, but if I'm making you,
No, I don't want you to tell me.
if I'm making you critical think through it, it's going to stick better.
Yeah.
Right? We're never using our developing value area high, low POC other than like as a possible place to exit trades.
Yes.
You're not using it for entries, so you're not going to be drawing those lines out because
No.
you're not using them for entries. Okay?
No.
All right. So from that, any questions on ES here?
Sure. I just posted a volume profile charting for Cuban on the main chat. If you want to grab that sheet to see if you can understand that and draw the charting.
Is this from Shorty?
Oh, this is something I just created.
Oh,
Just
okay.
wanted to keep notes on. I don't know if that helped him.
Yeah, I mean, Angel, this is good. So, if you're more of a visual person, you can download this. Vin just posted it. So previous week, 65-minute, 7-day period set in PvP. Previous month, 4-hour time frame, 1 month on PvP. Previous year, 1-day time frame, 12-month in PvP.
And the session profile is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's more of a description. And then our session volume profile. I know Angel knows this one. I've hammered this into his head. But yeah, this is cool. It's nice, Vin. Thank you. All right.
Was that on the main chat?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They even tagged you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. All right. So now we'll go. Let me just see. Sorry, I'm just going to read the chat really quick. There's a lot of information here. Darlock, that's dope. A couple hundred on SPY is great today. Today's a rough day to trade. Yeah, it has been pretty choppy. If we look weekly, it's definitely been choppy through here. Yeah. I mean, we're still getting some ranges with mostly because of news, but this is pretty choppy through here. All right. So let's just look at my arch nemesis SPY because everybody always requests it and I hate charting SPY. I already charted SPY, everybody. This is it right here. All right, so we'll do the same thing, just for the sake of this is how you should do it. Look at our big picture. It's going to be, the same thing as ES. We're in a downtrend, and right now on like a macro level, we're making higher lows, right? Go to the weekly. Same information. Here, I would be trying to draw, my channel. I think on SPY and ES, I did both of my channels on the 3-day time frame. Look at my daily. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Really quick, guys. I forgot to pull up the ES clouds. Let's do that really quick. I know, I feel like we're going to be at like some pretty key levels. I haven't looked at them, but yeah. Yeah. All right. Here's our 4-hour cloud. I'm not going to call out the levels. I've done it before, but you guys can see them here on the side. We're right at the 4-hour mid, right? And it actually kind of bounced from there. We wicked down through our daily cloud. We're in space, but you can see the low today tapped the weekly mid. Our top cloud is closed, bottom's open. Weekly here, we're pretty close to the weekly mid. It's at 39.33. This is going to be a strong level when we do get there. I mean, as you can see, bounce, 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 bounce. We're probably, I don't know. I mean, it's iffy. With this many touches, like we have a failed auction here, basically at the weekly mid. We might slice through it the next time we come here. But it is going to be a very, very strong level once we do get there. Our monthly cloud's not really offering much information. We got kind of close to the monthly mid, but not really. Top's closed. And then this is our quarterly top. Sorry, 1 second. We came pretty close to the quarterly top here that's closed. But we're kind of just in space right now. You never really expect to see too much information on the quarterly clouds or even monthly, because it takes a long time for price to come to those levels. But when they do, like, you get an explosive reaction. So that's ES for us, ES clouds. All right, let's go.
Or Tesla, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over SPY really quick. But just looking, this, I don't know if I've charted this already, but this is a pretty strong level here. I want to look at it more in depth. All right. So here's our daily candles. I'm just noticing, like, we're at kind of a key support / resistance level here on SPY. If you look here, this is resistance, resistance, and then further down, we had to gap through here. It was resistance here as well. So yeah, resistance right here. Resistance again here. Support. And then resistance. Resistance. Support, but then broke through. Became resistance. Became support. So that's a pretty strong level. Right here, this support resistance level. All right. So now we'll look at our PVP monthly. So KSSN, you're trying to torture me by making me look at Tesla, huh? I'm pretty sure I said it.
I was just, like, I remember you charting it, and I just charted it myself as well, and I do see like there's a big volume node around 140. So I was like thinking maybe like around 133 to 145 would be the buying range.
Okay, yeah, we'll look at it. All right. So for our 2022 value area high is going to be at 437.80. I already have them drawn, so I'm not going to draw them again. Value area low is at 373.45, and our VPOC is going to be at 394.90. Then we'll go to our monthly here. Drop down to the 4-hour. And our monthly values for SPY. Value area low is going to be at 383.11. POC for November 395.32. and our value area high 402.93. And it's actually the developing value area high as well, same exact level. POC is actually almost exactly the same level as well. Now we'll go to the 65-minute, and we will look at our 7-day. This one I'm probably going to need to chart, so, oh no, I've got it. So our previous week value area high, 398.44. Our previous week VPOC is at 395.62. And our previous week value area low is at 391.95. Now we'll check out our session volume profile. And previous day VPOC is going to be at 404.08. And what's all this? Previous day value area high is going to be at 405.22. And our previous day value area low is at 399.79. Just make sure. Wow, I have. I need to erase stuff off my chart. That's kind of funny. 65-minute. Okay, this is the one that's wrong. All right. So now we're good. Those levels are all good. Let's take a look at what might happen tomorrow. So if I was a betting man, we're coming here or here. I think, I mean, it's going to depend what happens overnight. Hopefully we slice through this level overnight and don't end up like bouncing through here. But once we break below this SR flip, on a retest, I would go short. And this is going to be your profit target, the previous week value area, or previous week VPOC. So your trade, you would want it to look something like this. You want your stop slightly above the previous week value area high, and you're going to take profit at the previous week VPOC, and you're basically getting 3-to-1 reward for your risk. If for some reason we open below this, your stop loss you're going to want slightly above your November POC. Take profit would be here. And you're getting enough reward on your risk here. You'd be looking for, break below, retest, go short. Right. If for whatever reason we happen to open in this range and come back above, well, come back above, retest, go long. And then you can also take this long here to there. Any questions on SPY?
Nope.
True.
Yep.
For the SR flipped, is that on the daily chart you looking for the rejection or support?
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally looking on larger time frames for stuff like that. I mean, I don't have like a set number, but anything over an hour. I mean, like an hour or over. I mean, you can see, so it's working here on the hourly. Boom, 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 boom. Here, yeah, right there. So I mean, anything an hour or greater, I would accept for like support and resistance candles. I mean, you can even do it on a smaller time frame, but you're going to be doing like a smaller sample, you know? So like if we went to like 5 minutes, and you find a level, you know, like I'm reaching here, but let me just try to find something like decent. So this here, like on the 5 minute, that's a pretty good, you know, level for support and then resistance. And then when you break below retest, you go short, right? Boom, boom, down. But generally for me, for my purposes, I'm not looking on such a macro level. I'm looking for, you know, like a higher time frame where I'm going to see like a good bounce, not such a small move, if that makes sense. All right. So no questions on SPY, right? Nothing. All right. We'll go to Tesla. That's good, Key. Oh, sorry. And let's look at, you guys have to remind me. Let's look at our SPY clouds really quick. I mean, they're going to be very similar to ES's, but still want to look at them anyway. And then that way, if you guys want the levels, you can grab them. We're right at the 4-hour mid, bounced. Our daily, we bounced right off the daily mid, or wicked below it. Bounced here, wick below. Look at this. Closed cloud being respected like it's Alcatraz. Like it's Alcatraz trying to break out of it. You can't. All right. Here's our weekly. We're basically right at the weekly mid as well. Weekly mid is at 391.70. Here's our monthly. It's really not showing us much of anything, but here's the levels if you guys want them. And here's our quarterly. Again, not very much information here for us. We're not at these levels, but that's where the clouds are. All right. Tesla, my arch nemesis right now, because it's one of the only losses I've called out in a while, and it can kiss my butt.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with them.
What's that?
I don't even know what's going on with Tesla. I keep going with calls and they keep burning me right now. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
this was my buy zone, and we can see how that's working, right? All right.
When Elon selling,
Elon can suck a nut. So, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And we'll just hide our drawings. This might be a good level when we go to like a lower time frame. I hate that all the drawings turn on.
It's approaching the 50% of that big candle, or is it below it?
This candle? It's pretty close. Man, it's below it.
Yeah, it's below it.
I hate that all the drawings turn on. If you know, like I'm like, I just want to see the line I'm drawing, and that's it. Ricky, it's the same thing, just different words for the same exact thing. People call, support supply, and call demand resistance, and it's really the same thing. Um, so we use volume profile. Um, like if you were able to sit down with a market maker, they would tell you their focus is volume and volume profile, volume at time, volume at price. That's how they trade, and so we're trading the same way. This is a good level here too. All right, nothing really spectacular on the monthly happening here. Check out the weekly. So this level, like I said, is looking even better here. Tap, tap, tap. Actually, let me, I hate to do it, but candles. I mean, drawings. So this is a pretty strong level. It looks like it might be hard to get through 154, 57-ish.
Would that be a resistance?
What's that?
Would that be a resistance or is that a support?
Well, so it's support resistance flip. So here it was resistance, 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 and then looks like it's becoming support. Oh, I like my spelling there. This is covered in volume profile by Trader Dale. Support resistance flip. All right, let me turn my drawings back off. Let's check out our daily candles. I think it's going to be hard to find a channel here. Maybe on the 3-day. Take a look. Yeah, so this is actually decent. This is our one touch here. 2, 3, and then on the downside we have 1, 2. See if I can't possibly find a better one. 2-day. So that one's a lot better, I think. Yeah. So this one we have 1 touch here, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 touches to the upside. So this is a better channel. And then we're also doing this kind of. I would rather look at this on like a smaller time frame, but you guys can see where I'm going with that. All right, let's go to our daily, or actually I've already done all these levels, but we'll go over them really quick. PVP 12-month. Wow, this moved. That's nuts. So Tesla's been doing so crap that it's enough that it's actually moved our value area high with like 2 weeks left in the year. So that's pretty wild. So here's our 2022 value area low. is at 209.66. Our 2022 VPOC shifted as well, just a little bit. That's at 305.02. And our value area high shifted a little bit. And that's going to be here at 313.68. Let me get a drink of water really quick. Sure thing, DM. We'll find a flag and do that as soon as I go over our levels on Tesla here. So now we'll go to the 1 month, not 11 month, 1 month, 4 hour time frame. And these didn't move because November is completed, but so our November value area high, 196.74. November value area low is at 176.91, and our November POC is at 182.93. So let's go to our 65-minute and do our 7-day. So these values are the same as the last time we went over it. Our previous week value area high is going to be at 181.29. Previous week value area low is at 173.41. And did I go over the previous week POC? 179. Just in case I didn't. And actually, this is a VPOC. And then let's just do our daily on the 30-minute. And based on the question about supply and demand, I'm going to cover our 80% rule really quick because I'm guessing if somebody's asking about supply and demand, support and resistance, that they're probably new to the channel. So we'll just go over that really fast. Oh, wait, what am I doing? My bad, guys, sorry. Erase these really fast. Grab this, bring it down. Grab this one, bring it down. And grab this one and bring it down. So here's my previous day. 156.13 for the value area low. POC is at 156.79. And our value area high is going to be at 159.10. So just a refresher, or for anybody that's new here in the channel, our main trades are going to be retest of any of these levels, but our biggest trade that we really bank on is going to be the 80% rule. And what we're looking for is for price basically to open above our value area or below our value area. So on the daily, this is our value area high. We want price to open up here, or this is our value area low. We want price to open below it. If this happens, and then price comes back inside of our value area, this is a very bearish move. And we're looking for 3 5-minute candles to close inside of this area and then retest the previous day value area high. And then we're going to play it all the way down to our previous day value area low. 80% chance it will go from the high to the low. Sometimes we will reject at the previous day POC, or this is a VPOC, I'm sorry. So you want to be aware of that level as a place to either trim or take your profits. So if we're playing this to the downside, like this is a killer trade, to just kind of show how I trade. Actually, I should move this over. If I'm entering this short, I want my stop loss to be slightly above this wick here. Thought process is, if market makers are looking to stop somebody out, they're going to come back, slightly above that wick, or at least to that wick, before they go back down. And I'm either going to be taking my profits here at the previous day value, previous day VPOC. I'm getting 3.6 to 1 on my reward to risk. My ultimate price target is going to be my previous day value area low. And like I said, this will happen 80% of the time. If the inverse happens, this becomes a little bit more challenging. This is what I was talking about earlier, with you have to make sure there's enough meat on the bone for your trade. In this instance, if price comes back into value and we retest, there's not enough meat here for me to go long, because my previous day value area low is at 156 and my VPOC is at, is like roughly 50 cents away from that. So there's not going to be enough, meat on the bone for me to take this trade. Even if I went, like slightly below this candle here, there's just not quite enough, right? And that would be a super tight stop, and I would probably get stopped out regardless. So in this instance, if we come back above the previous day value area low, retest and then break above, you'll just wait for a retest of the previous day VPOC and go long there. And then the way you would do this trade is, this is going to be your entry here. Your stop loss, you're going to want to have slightly below your previous day value area low, and slightly below like this candle, for instance. And then your take profit is here. And then as you can see, I'm almost getting $3 for every dollar that I risk. So this is how we trade in this channel. In the Discord, we're always shooting for that 80% rule. We're always looking to take retests of our levels before we enter a trade. And that's how we trade. I mean, there's other things. I draw technical analysis, find bull flags, bear flags, whatever else, pennants, blah, 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 blah. Speaking of bull flags and bear flags, let's find one. We'll use this one here. So somebody asked me to go over the fibs that I use for bear flags. So how I find like my profit targets. Actually, we'll use this one. This one's even better. So we'll use our flagpole here. Let's see. So this is going to be our flagpole. I'm going to make this red so it stands out a little bit. That's not really standing out. Let me make it thicker. Can I not make it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's standing out better, and we'll bring it to the front. And then this is going to be my flag here. Right. We wicked through it at one point, but there we go. All right. On lower time frames, this would probably look even better, but I just want to show here. So we have price going up, right? And here we have volume declining. So that's showing you like, this is our resistance line here, the top of this flag. And so this volume declining as price is increasing into resistance is saying, this is your entry to go short. A lot of channels will teach you your entry for the bear flag break is either going to be when you break this trend line. Sorry, I'm trying to get it perfect. So like here, where this candle breaks below this line would be where you would enter short. And some places will teach you the last touch of the bear flag is where you enter short. So once this candle crosses through here, you would take this short. Your best entry is watching your volume. So green volume decreasing into resistance, enter short here. Worst case, you sell here, or you get stopped out like halfway back up. You're still taking a little bit of profit, but best case scenario, you catch the move. And so then next we'll cover how you find your exit. And the way that you do that is you're going to draw your fibs. In this case, a bear flag, you draw from the very bottom of the flagpole up to the top. And I'll just show you guys. These are the fib levels that I use. If you want to copy them, it's a little bit more than Shorty uses, but not too much. And basically, once you've drawn your fibs from the flagpole bottom to top, and then the inverse for a bull flag, you draw from the top to the bottom. It's going to give you your levels that you exit at. And so on a flag, there's like an 80% chance that you're going to hit your first fib level, the 272, and that's going to be where you trim your first profits. And normally once you get to that level, you'll probably kind of form like another flag before you drop down to the next level. And that would be where you trim your second trim. Your third trim will be at the 786 level, and your fourth would be at the 272 level. This is rare. But basically what you want to do, so let's just say I bought 10 contracts here, right at my trend line. We come down, hit my 272 level, and I sell 7 of them, right? At that point, let's say I bought them for $1 each. I put my stop loss at $1. I've took profits on 7 contracts. So now I'm in a green trade regardless of what happens. If this ends up retracing back up and I get stopped out of my position, I still took profit on 7 contracts and 3 runners that went back to break even. But best case scenario, it ends up playing out, and these then go from my 272 level down to my 618 level, and there I can trim another contract. And then at that point, I put my stop loss here at the 272 level. So wherever I sold my first 7 contracts, I'll put that same price, or you can try to line up the price on your charts with the option contract price to get that exact level, the 272. Worst case, you hit it and you're still taking profit on those remaining contracts as well. And then you take your next runner down to here, and then you sell, and you set your break-even stop loss for your last runner there. And then you hope you make it down to your 272 level, 2.272 level. And if you don't, you just sell it when you get back to the 618. All right. Does that make sense, DM? I'm going to guess it did. Okay, thank you. All right, so Tesla, we're finished with Tesla, right? Other than we need to kind of look at where to buy, where to sell. Oh, I hate this stock right now, like with a burning passion I can't even explain. I mean, of course, our usual, for day trades, we've already talked about this. If we happen to break below, we need to come back above, retest the POC, and go long. If for some reason, we come back up here, down, retest, this would be our short level. But on a longer term, I think people are wanting to know, like, more longer term where to buy. I think this SR flip level is going to be hard to break through. It'll be interesting to see if this is reflected at all in the clouds. But ultimately, I was looking at the clouds earlier today, and this is the level where I would be a buyer. Right in this range here, 142 to 132. I have a feeling that when we look at the clouds, this is going to be relevant, like 126-ish. So anyway, we'll take a look at the clouds and see what are the two levels I mentioned. 154 and 126, right? I mean, we have that big buy zone, but I feel like there's a chance we go a little bit lower. So right now, not good on the 4 hours. We're doing a bearish backdoor. I mean, it already broke, retested, and then retested again. And then we're seeing more downside. So that's it for the 4 hour. What in the world does that sound? My headphones just made like, this is an emergency broadcast. Like the beep. But they're just wireless headsets, so there's no reason for them to make like a high-pitched beep sound. So this is ugly. This is where I played. No, this is not where I played long. This is where I played long because the clouds were closed and apparently they reopened, and I don't like you. So we've broken below the daily. You know, we're going to be looking for a retest, and then that's going to be a bearish backdoor on the daily. Here's our weekly. Same thing. We've retested, and we're doing the bearish backdoor. This is looking ugly. Here's our monthly. So what was that level? Did I say one? Sorry, I got to see it. 154 and 126-ish. 154. I mean, there's nothing significant here on this cloud. And 126 is like right at the far side of our monthly cloud. So we might actually come to here before we bounce. I don't anticipate us going through this monthly cloud. If this lines up, oh God, it's too good. Yeah, 134, 135 is where we're going to see the bounce. Excuse me 1 second. All right. So, what did I say, 135? Shares or going long, this is your level. But you want to give yourself time, you know. This is probably where the bounce is going to happen, right here. 135-ish. I want to peek back at the clouds. Yeah, that's it. Any other charts people want to see?
Question, Drew, for the entry for long or short, do you have to wait for like the 5 minute candles to confirm this thing or no?
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I mean the same as we always do. You're gonna want to see 3 candles close above. So for like this previous day POC, like if this was live right now, this would be our first candle, this would be our second candle. You would need one more candle, to close here, and then you're safe to go long. But preferably, you still want it to come down and touch after that third candle closes, and then you would take it long from there. And I mean that applies to downside. We want to cross below see 3 candles. Prefer to see a touch, a retest, and then you go short.
So for now, for the previous day value lows hitting near the POC, so you kind of want to wait till underneath the value low to go short.
No, I mean yeah, I mean to go short from the previous day POC, there's not enough room, right? So we need a break below here, and then this would be your short entry there. Because if we do our short position here, our stop loss would have to be right around there. I mean, I guess you could do it. It's just, for me, this is like not even a point, right? We're not even getting a 1 point move for this trade. But if you're more risk averse, like if you see, I'm not condoning this, but if you are more risk averse and you see this break, retest, and you want to go short hoping that you just blow through the previous day value area low, I mean, that's your call. Your stop just has to be tight. We're talking like 156.79 to 157.10. So you got like a 30-cent range for your stop loss. So there's just not. This would be super hard. Like again, your entry would just have to be sniper level to not end up getting stopped out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'll ask one more time. Does anybody want any other charts? I want to look at what's that? Key, there's nothing wrong with going over trades you took an L on. I mean, it sucks, but it's good to do it because that way you can try to figure out what or if anything you did wrong. I want to look at this thing. Oh, and actually, I just thought of something good. See, this is a short entry on this here. Like this is textbook. So we crossed below the POC, right? We had more than 5 candles close. We retested. I mean, more than 3 candles close below. We retested and you go short. The market's closed, but whoa. I would be willing to bet, this gap's down tomorrow. So this here is a pretty textbook entry short. Oh, I wanted to go over TSM really quick. I've been watching this for too long. This is going to be a good play in the coming days. So, I don't know, either set a reminder for yourself or you could ultimately enter it tomorrow. So I've covered this last week. I think I covered it on the weekend. I might have covered it on Monday. I don't remember, but This is the X date for dividends on TSM, and generally after a dividend, like people will sell their shares. They just buy the shares to get the dividend, and then they sell it. I'm expecting this to fill the gap here. So, depending on your entry, like it's a good 4 to 6 points or whatever. I mean, if you're lucky and you get it here, you're getting a lot more meat on the bone, but 4 to 6 points is good. And if you go back historically, like at other X dates, like this one here, after it happened 3 days later, you got a dump, right? This one here, after it happened, 1, 2, 3, or you could say, oh, I don't know. Let's be fair and just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 days, and then you got a dump. This one here, it actually like went up and then dumped. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then dumped. So it's not like a super like high probability trade, but this one ended up dumping right after, or not dumping, but 2 days of downside. And then I know there's at least one where you would have got screwed if you went short, but so here's our X date, and then the very next day, downside and then gap down. And I mean, you guys can look back at this X date and then down, 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 X date and down, down, up, down, down, down. This one here is the one where you wouldn't have got a sell off really. I mean, a little bit, but not much. And then it just ripped. But if you look at all the other ones, like there's a significant sell off afterwards, most of the time, which is pretty normal with dividend stocks. So it's a semi-safe trade. Pretty sure we're going to see a gap fill. I want to guess like 3 days after the X date. What day is this actually? Like it's a Thursday. So like Monday or Tuesday, I think we'll see a dump, but it is what it is. Here's the TA. You got to figure out the play for yourself. Anyway, that'll do it, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope it was helpful. And Discord, we will be live in the morning. YouTube, there's a small chance I'll go live tomorrow. We'll see. Whatever I'm doing, Discord and YouTube, it's just going to be for a short time, couple of hours, maybe 3 hours. We'll get some trades in, and then I'm going to call it a day. I will not be on Friday at all, and I won't be doing a watch list tomorrow night either. So that's it, everybody. Have a good night. Much love. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Take care. Bye.
Take care, man.
Thank you, bro.